From a legend becoming a Lyft driver.
Hey there, welcome to Lyft. Yeah!
To playing catch with a fan in the end zone. This is what happens when NFL players surprise their fans. First up is the moment Tom Brady met twins, Tom and Brady. For these twins, it wasn't a dream, but a reality when they got the opportunity to meet their namesake, Tom Brady. The moment certainly brought a smile to the faces of these two young fans and would leave them with a moment they would remember for the rest of their lives. But as exciting as this was, it is nothing compared to being driven around by an NFL legend. Featured on Good Morning America, Patriots superstar Rob Gronkowski took a few minutes out of his day to surprise fans. But not in the way you'd expect. A little wig and sunglasses were enough to throw almost everyone off from what Gronk had planned. But it didn't take long for fans to realize something wasn't right. Thanks to his jovial personality and quick remarks, Gronk was soon to be exposed, while also dropping a few hints along the way.
The centers, I know them all.
I don't even know what a center is.
I'm the biggest fan ever. The one guy I want to meet is Tom Brady.
Gronk revealed himself to be the superstar Patriots tight end and lit up the faces of those driving along. In fact, he even stopped to share some tips on spiking the ball. A truly mesmerizing moment for fans to get in touch with their favorite NFL player. But after enjoying this dopamine rush, Gronk couldn't leave the fans alone. Not all fan meetings with NFL stars are as happy and jovial as you've seen. In 2017, the Miami Dolphins hosted the New England Patriots, but in a nearby hospital was Robbie Berncoat, a young kid suffering from severe epilepsy. But what many people might not know is that Robbie always had a jersey of Gronk hanging near his hospital bed. And before the game, the two Robs finally got the opportunity to meet. Despite Gronkowski not scoring the 3 touchdowns he'd hoped for, the moment was certainly something that would give young Robbie a lot of courage to continue fighting and overcome his illness.
Very polite. I mean, in the video he sent me, he said that, like, keep on fighting it. And I did.
This emotional moment reminds me of when some NFL players returned to high school. High school football is quite a big thing. But for these kids, they were about to receive the shock of their lives. It was none other than Dak Prescott who'd showed up to give a little advice and perhaps show off some of his skill. Not to be outdone, Saquon Barkley also headed back to high school, sharing a few words of wisdom and ultimately showing a little love made these school kids go wild. But while these encounters were rather brief, it is nothing like when Eli Manning caught a whole university off guard. While the kids were running through basic drills and the topic of walk-ons came up, Eli Manning took it a little further. A little makeup, a wig, and some personality changed Eli Manning into Chad Powers. And this new Chad was about to destroy these college students as a walk-on. In fact, his performance was so good that even the coaches were considering signing him to scholarship. But then the truth was revealed. Chad Powers was none other than Eli Manning, simply joining training to give a word of advice and help players realize their dream. It truly changes the meaning of be careful who you trust.
Appreciate y'all working with y'all today. Y'all were running man, DBs, everybody. So y'all did great. Appreciate letting me try out with y'all. It was a lot of fun.
But for the next kid, getting the opportunity to play with his favorite star was a dream come true. While the Vikings were warming up, wide receiver Stephon Diggs found himself near the fans. Instead of picking up the ball and walking away, this happened. Diggs would invite the little fan on the field, giving him a taste of what it's like. While the kid was a little shy, he caught the pass, proving that even the youngsters can become superstars. What an incredibly heartfelt moment by Diggs before the big game. But it's not always about fans. Sometimes, family comes first. When George Kittle's grandma turned 100, he flew her out to the game, But when his teammates found out she was in the stadium, it became truly special.
Your grandma's 100th? Yeah. Happy birthday to her. That's awesome.
Oh, she's up there.
She's up there? That's cool, man. Happy birthday to her.
Oh, dude.
That's
First
impressive
NFL
as
game.
well. Really?
Threw her out on a PJ for her birthday. She told her local radio.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Print that in the paper.
And later, each player would congratulate the Centurion for this impressive milestone. So while players always give back to the fans, it's important to give back to family as well. Unfortunately, not every person is happy for their elders, as Jason Kelce found out. When the Eagles and the Chiefs met each other in the Super Bowl, the two Kelce brothers came face to face. Travis and the Chiefs emerged victorious, but what happened to Jason at home is truly what caught the attention. The moment went viral. This young lady basically calling her dad out for losing a game. But as Kelce was facing the wrath of his daughter, another tight end was changing lives. As this kid was awaiting heart surgery, George Kittle and the 49ers rocked up to the hospital to surprise him. But the moment didn't just stop there. George Kittle would go on to give the kid free signed jerseys for life. Now, while the surgery was successful, Kittle actually stuck to his word, once again proving how wholesome the man and the 49ers are. Unfortunately, not everyone is lucky enough to survive medical incidents. When this kid's father died of a brain aneurysm, Stephon Diggs took him under his wing. Diggs invited him to every football game, even going as far as taking him on the field. But when Christmas rolled around, Stephon Diggs did something truly mesmerizing. He bought the kid custom shoes with the last photo of him and his father printed on them. It also had the words, "We love you, Nick," written at the back, creating one of the most underrated and wholesome NFL moments. The magical moments don't only happen on the field, as this kid found out when traveling. While young Nasir was traveling, he wore his favorite football jersey with the number 97 for everyone to see. Little did he know that number 97, Aiden Hutchinson, was actually at the same airport. But Hutchinson didn't make a scene. He simply walked up to the kid, absolutely shocking him when he finally revealed who he was. This proves that you can often find your heroes in the most unlikely of places. Which reminds me of a kid that found himself at the right place and the right time. When young Eli and his dad attended a Lions game, he was standing in the tunnel awaiting his heroes to walk by. But it would be the Titans players who'd walk by, and young Eli was the ultimate sport. But after greeting each player, he almost got carried onto the field. And it didn't end there. Titans player Delaney Walker also handed the young kid a football he scored a touchdown with. Despite the incredible moment with the Titans players, his dad remains adamant that young Eli is still a Lions fan. But we'll see if this remains the case once he grows up. But it's not only kids who are often inspired, as this NFL player found out when he was almost fooled by his own teammate. While he was the backup quarterback for Josh Allen, Case Keenum decided to go undercover at a Bills training camp.
I've been a big fan of yours, man, ever since you was in college, man. I can't really read that. Will you do it one more time for me, man?
Unfortunately, the joke didn't last long when the players caught on.
It's kind of hard to read.
Is this Case?
I already got you once. I was about to get you twice.
In fact, he'd even pull the same prank on some of the security staff.
Okay, where's the other side?
Right here, anywhere behind here.
Okay, do I have to?
Yes, you have to.
Are you gonna escort me?
No, but you're gonna go down.
Eventually, the truth was revealed. But Case Keenum certainly had just as much fun as the next NFL team. Well, maybe not just as much. Hidden somewhere on the sidelines of the Mercedes Superdome is a little kid by the name of Jarius. Unlike other fans, Jarius might be little, but his personality certainly isn't. But little JJ, as he goes by, is more than just their friend. Sometimes, he's their coach. But while the Saints fight for a win, little JJ is fighting for his life. Despite his small stature, he's actually 14 years old. But thanks to a rare liver disease, his growth has been stunted. However, you would never notice this given his energy. Now Jarius has become a crucial part of the Saints, and he's always present at games whenever possible, almost considered a hero, like this next player, who surprised a woman in the hospital. We all know exactly how nice and giving Rob Gronkowski is. But when Gronk heard of the woman in a hospital who was awaiting an organ transplant, the Patriots tight end couldn't help but visit. Despite Gronk not bringing the good news she'd hoped for, the two still hit it off, spending more than an hour talking like buddies. The Patriots star also gave her a signed jersey and a little peck on the cheek that was surely something that would have lifted her spirits. But what can top this heartfelt moment? Another Gronk masterclass. Well, there's no doubt that Rob Gronkowski is the most fan-relatable player on the field. In fact, he proved this by granting a wish to these kids. This time, it was another kid battling a rare disorder, and the Patriots tight end took time out of his schedule to not only give them words of encouragement, but also show them his infamous spike celebration. While the kid is battling for his life, it was absolutely heartwarming to see this wholesome moment unfold. However, granting wishes and signing footballs are not always possible, especially when someone could cheat, like deflating the footballs. Make sure to check out this video and find out what happens next.